Welcome back. Impatient, here's how business owners can still lose weight despite being impatient. You're wondering how to do it, how long it's going to take, all that stuff. See if you can relate to this. Saw it on Reddit. I need to lose 50 pounds. I know that the simple answer is to work out, but it's not that simple. I get very impatient. All these exercises I do feel silly. Could anyone point me in the right direction? Click like if that's something you relate to. Here's the problem. Overall, you want to feel and look better, but you're frustrated. You don't know how to start. You don't know what to do. And then you wonder, like, man, I look stupid. Is this even like the right steps to take? And then you get frustrated if your results are coming too slow and you quit and forget all that. Don't do that. In this video, I'm going to give you some things to think about and how to start so you can lead a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams. Overall, it comes down to understanding healthy eating, 2, realistic expectations, and 3, being able to consistently practice new habits. Let's get started. My name is Reggie. I'm the founder of Fit for Freelance. I help business owners lose weight and feel their best without crash diets and guilt. You can take my free Live Aligned scorecard. It's a 3-minute quiz to check your health habit score and learn the best next step for you. That's linked below on YouTube. Now, let's keep going here. A best practice is working with a personal trainer and or dietitian. That way you know right off the bat, based on your needs, what you need to do with your exercise, what you need to do with healthy eating, and you can be on track and not second guessing yourself or doing a bunch of research on internet forums and not being sure what you find. However, let's just keep going. Oh, I'll be glad to help you with that, by the way. But to keep going, what we're doing here is we're assuming that the goal to lose 50 pounds is realistic for your body and your environment with the lifestyle that you want to live, which is a giant assumption for a lot of people. Um, Not everyone needs to lose 50 pounds in general, or you might not have the genetic makeup for that, or you don't have the environment, access to foods, all that stuff. And then maybe you don't actually want to lose that much weight. You just imagine that you do based on cultural understandings and reading. Maybe you don't even need to lose weight at all. So, big assumption there. We want to check to make sure that that is appropriate for you. You can ask your doctor for more details. What I want to say is your quality of life and health have almost nothing to do with your scale weight. The scale measures how heavy your body is to carry. So a lot of times people will use scale weight as a proxy for other things like measuring their body fat, or sometimes they accidentally use it as like a proxy for their confidence or acceptability as a person. You want to avoid that and be mindful of using scale weight to measure what actually measures how heavy your body is to carry. I go into a lot of detail in other videos linked below. Why can't I lose weight? Why your scale weight sucks. I don't want to go on that rant again here, but instead, what might be helpful for you to think of is what does a healthy, fulfilling life of your dreams look like? And it's probably not just being lighter on earth. A common assumption for weight loss is that you have to work out. That's like the first thing you do. You have to run more or get on a treadmill or, go to the gym a bunch of times or any of that. That's not necessarily the case, because that's only a small part of your calorie expenditure and weight change. So your intentional exercise activity thermogenesis is only about 5% of your total calories burned, which means you have 95% of your calories coming from other places that your body's using them. I've got more information on that in a video linked below. Again, warning, are you about to start a low calorie diet that goes through the complete process of understanding how your body uses energy and foods throughout the day. So joining the gym and crushing a workout, probably not the biggest impact that you can have. Workouts help, but the real answer is eat fewer calories than your body uses over a span of time. This is called a calorie deficit, and it is a key to weight loss. Now, we want to do this in a healthy and sustainable way, but it starts with understanding how to eat fewer calories than your body uses over a span of time. Doesn't need to be a guilt-ridden crash diet, all or nothing approach. It's just about understanding the context for eating and how it fits into the life that you want to live. So ways you can do this, you can establish healthier eating habits, you can move more, you can decrease your time sitting. Those are the easiest ways to do that. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that you have to count or meticulously track your calories. Let's get into these things, the 3 things that you can do it. 1, understanding healthy eating. 2, realistic expectations. And 3, being able to consistently practice new habits. The first one, understanding healthy eating. You don't have to count calories to lose weight. Just said that. It's valuable and worth repeating. There are many ways to consume fewer calories without being hungry or feeling like you're starving yourself. Some top tips. Oh, to highlight something like this, like you don't have to count your calories. There are people around the world who are able to lose weight without using smartphone apps or weighing all their foods or tracking it. Now, that can help some people understand kind of the granular aspect of counting calories and getting into a calorie deficit, but it could be very unnecessary for most people. And it's not fun to be doing math every time you want to eat or weighing your foods. And I understand that. And that can be discouraging and get you to not even want to try. So, here are some tips that you can do instead that could fit into your life more readily, like eating 25 to 30 or more grams of fiber per day. So that 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day is the American Heart Association recommendation. Um, in nutrition undergraduate classes, it's 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories in your diet. So those are good reference ranges for you to consider. Most people getting about 12 to 13 grams per day, not enough fiber. And that doesn't satisfy you. Basically, you end up eating more food, more high calorie foods, and you're not getting enough of the fiber and nutrient dense foods that are found in fruits and vegetables and beans, all those high fiber foods. Another tip you have for understanding healthy eating is limiting fried foods, added sugars, and drinks with added calories and added sugars too. And alcohol is drinking calories as well. So these things are harmful for you, or they add excess calories in a way that are less satisfying, usually because the calorie density of the foods, they don't take up as much space, but they have a lot more calories in there. Or when you drink a soda with a bunch of calories, it doesn't help you feel more full, but it still adds energy to your diet. So when you're trying to eat fewer calories than you use in the course of a day or over a span of time, those quick calorie dense foods and drinks are not helpful for you. Keep that in mind. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. Then, planning your meals. This is a big one. When you are able to think ahead, not be surprised by your hunger throughout the day, you know what you're going to eat, you know it's going to be high fiber and it's probably not going to be fried foods and it's going to be relatively healthy, then that puts you in a great position in order to make effective decisions that match your health goals and help you lose whatever amount of weight that you're trying to lose, whether that's 50 pounds or to get started with a smaller number. I've got the snack pack link below that's got done for you grocery list and 5 recipes for free that make healthy eating easier, and you can start planning your meals. That's like a sampler for my full 30-day transformation program. Two, the second thing when it comes to understanding how to change your health, realistic expectations. And this is a big thing. A lot of people will get stuck when they think that they have to lose 50 pounds in a certain amount of time. How you lose 50 pounds is through a lot of habits and changes and choices. You lose 50 pounds by losing 1 pound 50 times. Now, it might take more skill in those higher numbers, but it's a repeated process of making sustainable and healthy choices over a long span of time. Getting impatient here is a common mistake. Weight loss will take longer than most people think. People think they like, I've been to the gym 3 times this week and the scale weight is the same and my arms are just sore, right? You want to let yourself enjoy the process. Don't rush it or fight it. Don't let yourself get impatient because then you can make mistakes, you give up, get discouraged, you're looking at the wrong things, all that stuff. So a sustainable goal for weight loss is usually about 1 pound per week. And you can do that with a moderate calorie deficit and some of the simple health changes that I mentioned earlier and increasing your physical activity a little bit. So 1 pound per week. If you're trying to lose 50 pounds, that's about 50 weeks. That's about a year. So it's going to be a gradual process with consistent healthy changes. And that's a realistic focus for you. It seems like a long time, but something you want to think about in terms of weight loss is how long did it take you to become 50 pounds overweight or to gain that weight in the first place? It's usually a longish time of not considering your weight habits or your eating habits or your exercise. And now that you're ready to make changes, you expect those changes, weight loss to happen a lot faster than the weight gain. And that is not going to help you with making realistic choices. Trying to lose weight faster and getting impatient opens you to inconsistency, which can affect your self-esteem and cause you to wonder if something is wrong with you. So when you start to rush, you could lose, like, 1% of your body fat per week, or you could, like, aim for losing 2 pounds per week is a little bit more aggressive. But when you do that without the proper realistic focus, you run into challenges and it's harder than you thought, like even harder than you thought it might have been. And then you're like, I don't know, something's wrong with me. I must suck at this. I don't have the skills I need, all that stuff. You start to doubt yourself, you start to lose confidence. And then that can add like an emotional burden that you try to cope with, maybe using old habits or overeating or feeling bad and not doing your workouts, all that stuff. So stay consistent with realistic focus. Something else to think about: will you want to be in great shape in a year? So in 50 weeks, will you still want to be 50 pounds lighter? Right? If you try to lose weight faster, then like your goal will still exist later in time, or will you still be struggling with consistency, resolutions, and all or nothing approaches and getting the same results in a year from doing things like trying, pushing too hard, doing things that you crash diets, all or nothing approaches? Then you mess that up, you quit for a little bit, and then you wait until like January 1st, New Year's resolutions, to try to start again, right? That yo-yo effect of going back and forth on your diets, that's what makes weight loss more challenging than it needs to be. So you want to focus on being patient with gradual and sustainable weight loss. Another question that I've asked, I've put it in a video, I'll link that below. Do you want to lose weight fast or for good? Just something to consider in terms of, feeling rushed, getting impatient. Being impatient doesn't help you here. All right. And the third thing to think about when it comes to developing your patience is being able to consistently practice new habits, adapt when you get bored, impatient, or feel silly. Now, you want to keep these habits going. You want to think about how they work for you. Feeling silly is a natural effect of learning new skills. That's not a bug or a problem. That is the natural process of learning something new, and you just suck at it. From like fountain pen calligraphy to learning how to write in general, right? Riding a bike, like baking a cake, right? The first time you do it, not likely to be very good, but once you get better at it, you understand the process, you develop that skill. So it helps to embrace that feeling. Working with a personal trainer helps because at least you're doing it right. If you work with a personal trainer in person, you get that guidance and support. Or also in terms of programming and kind of the ideas, the thought process, where you're not sure if you're doing the right thing, it can feel kind of awkward. Like, is this correct, or am I just kind of guessing what I'm doing? When you have support from a professional, it makes it a lot easier to do it. So overall, these are things to consider. That's how you start to lose 50 pounds. Let's recap. 1, by understanding healthy eating. 2, realistic expectations. And 3, being able to consistently practice new habits. So even if you feel silly, you can stay locked in and make those changes. Now, that's something that you think you might need my help with. I'll be glad to do that. You can also check your health habit score and get a personalized plan for your next steps by the Live Aligned scorecard that's linked below. So let me know what you think in the comments. Click like, subscribe if you like this content. And then next, you can watch Wondering If You Need a Health Coach. What does a health coach do? I'll put that up top. And then right below that, I'll put Lose Weight Fast or for Good, Guilt-Free Health Coach. That way you can consider that question before you get too impatient. So that's today's message. As always, keep practicing. Peace.